last bit of interesting news before we get into the nitty gritty here. You wanted to bring this up the other day, Ewok, and I do have the tweet. Unless you do, I can send it to you. But you were talking about Money Gang Crypto, who tweets a lot and does videos about Hex and Pulse Chain and stuff like that. He put a nice tweet together the other day about updates that are coming to ETH here. Basically this coming month throughout January and then heading into February as well. I just sent it to you in case you didn't have it anymore. But essentially, ETH devs set tentative dates for activating Cancun DNEB, if that's how that's pronounced, on all three public Ethereum test networks. So on the Goerli fork on January the 17th, Sepolia fork on January the 31st, and Haleski fork on February the 7th. Did you have the tweet there? I don't know if you wanted to bring it up. Cool.
Yep.
If you wanted to bring his tweet up.
So all right. Well, I need to. Never mind. I'm on a different screen.
Oh, okay.
Sign in over here.
Well, while you're doing that anyway, what did you kind of make of some of the updates that they're doing here? Because, obviously with people that are invested in this ecosystem, Pulse Chain, any kind of updates that do happen to Ethereum, and, this is part of the reason where Pulse Chain was originally going to be a split of Binance Smart Chain. Now it's actually of Ethereum, obviously. So any kind of updates that we see on Ethereum, people are interested to see what is going on, how they'll be implemented into Pulse Chain. Will it be just as seamless or whatever? So what did you make of his tweet here and these updates that are coming to Ethereum, though?
Well, so there's 3 different updates. One of them, and I'm going to have to refer back to this, the on-chain data storage costs is going to be a lot more efficient. That's going to make storing data, doing transactional things a little bit cheaper. The other one was about, I think it was they called them blobs or something like that.
Yeah, I saw it as blobs. Yeah.
And what that does is it allows big groups of data to be sent together. A lot of that stuff is going to be good for layer 2 stuff. So not going to really help layer 1 Ethereum users, but that will help with the layer 2 charges. And I know when things get super expensive, a lot of people like to bridge over to layer 2, play around over there, and then bridge back. So that will lower that fee. The one thing I'm not sure is, and I didn't see it anywhere when I was doing some research, was the S-load fee. Now, the S-load fee is the thing that actually does the charges when you're performing calculations. And Hex uses the S-load function quite a bit, very S-load intensive. And I remember when they increased the S-load charges, I think we went up by 3.4x in fees. So I don't see a proposal for any of that in here. Now, if it helps with the EIP, the 1153 with the on-chain data storage, if there's a way to possibly put some data storage in there so that rather than calculating the Hex fee every day, it can maybe group something by the year. It can pull data and say, all right, this was a year's worth, and this was a year's worth, and this was. Now, I don't know, depending on starting day or ending day, if that would work or not. But somebody may be able to optimize it a little bit for kind of figuring that out. Now, the contract is locked, so I don't know if anything is able to be done about it. But I like these. Yes, they will be able to be easily implemented into Pulse Chain, once they're live, but they're doing them on their test nets first to make sure, there's no issues with anything like that. And then it'll be launched live on Ethereum. At that point, I think the Pulse Chain devs will be able to, put it in pretty easily. Not that we have any issues with Pulse Chain fees right now, but down the road, if we expect the coin to do 10,000x, that could also mean 10,000x on your gas fees too. So, don't forget about that. We do want this to be a busy chain. And as that happens, the gas fees will eventually go up too if we get what we want. So all these important things are going to be good to be, ported over to Pulse Chain. So yeah,
Yeah. Anything that makes ETH better will contribute to making Pulse Chain better, which will
sure.
make Pulse Chain even better than ETH every single time it happens. So
Yep.
that is good. I mean, I don't think we're going to see, anything concrete with like, far lower gas fees for some of these things right now. But ETH does updates. They've done a few over the last couple of years. They're going to continue to do them. And presumably over the years, things will get a little bit more tenable on that side. And hey, I mean, if you want to transact anything right now over the last 2 days, definitely a great time to do it. We're basically seeing bear market lows type of Gwei, excuse me, right now. So if you do want to do anything on ETH, you certainly should do it right now. I would recommend anyway. So
Yeah, gas fees are 15 right now. And that's the fastest. So I haven't seen it that low in quite some time.
yeah.
If you've got anything to do, take advantage of it now. Make some stakes, unstake something if you've been waiting, so that it stops burning and wasting away. Take advantage of it now for sure.
Yeah, this is, and I agree because this is due to the holiday. I mean, like, frankly, today even, Gwei was lower for most of the day than I would have guessed it would have been. We do have the new year coming up, so I'm sure we'll see maybe a dip back again for it. But I made some moves last night, bridging over into Pulse Chain, just because I knew I was going to get a discount on those ETH fees. So definitely
Yeah.
a good chance to do that right now.
Yeah.
If there's anything you need to do.
Look at that. I mean, I'm sharing the screen for the gas fees. So
Yep.
it's way down there. Hasn't been, this low in a while. So
Yeah.
take advantage.
Definitely take advantage of it for sure. So that's kind of what's going on with ETH. So we'll follow that here over the course of the next 2 months. Should be interesting.